This is Caitlin, your host of the No Sleep for Dramas podcast, where we get no sleep and survive on coffee to watch just one more episode at night. Welcome back to another episode on the No Sleep for Dramas podcast. I'm your host, Caitlin, and today's a solo episode. Today, we are going to talk about the dramas I completed in June 2025. Yes, it is a June wrap-up episode. If you have never listened to a wrap-up episode before, I basically wrap up the month. I talk about all the dramas I completed. I give mini reviews and my ratings, even though I've kind of been talking about them all month via my social media. Sometimes I get messages that this seems a little repetitive, at least for the first half of the episode, because usually if I'm on top of things, I release mini reviews on my social media throughout the month, and then I kind of just bring them all together in one podcast episode. But sometimes people don't follow my socials with the podcast. Sometimes I don't post all my reviews. It just depends on how the month is going. And in June, I've missed a lot. There's a little backlog of reels and TikTok videos of reviews that I just have not gotten around to. So some of these reviews might seem new to people because I haven't talked about them. Now, if you look at stories on Instagram or Blue Sky posts or whatever social media you might follow podcasts on, you will see these mini reviews on there as well. But hey, now it's all in one podcast episode. So we are wrapping up June. The first half, I will be talking about everything that I completed in the month of June. Spoiler alert, kind of pretty much have hit the same average that I've done the last couple months. So that's good to know. Of course, my cat has been sleeping and now she wants attention. I swear to God, she knows when I'm recording. Do you want to say hi? Anyway, she says hi. First half, talking about everything that I completed in the month of June, and then everything I'm excited for in the month of July. In this case, there's a lot. There's a lot I'm excited for July, which is a problem because my track record in 2025 in airing dramas is not good. I think I might just have to bite the bullet and just not watch anything airing anymore and just try to get stuff off my current watch list. Overall, I think June has been pretty decent drama watching month for me because, as I said, I kind of have hit the average that I've been averaging on completed dramas in the year 2025, which is about 4 a month, which is really low for me compared to other years, but I'll take it because, again, at the beginning of the year, I didn't finish a lot of dramas at all. So 4 is pretty good for me. And I don't know, I have mixed feelings about it because on one hand, I hit the same number that I averaged so far in the last couple months in 2025. I'm happy about that. It didn't go down. I started some new dramas to replace some of those that I completed. And then there's also dramas that have been on my current watch list for a while that I need to complete. I'm not like avoiding them, but as I said, with podcast episodes and everything, things have taken priorities. Definitely some dramas have been put on the back burner, and I kind of just need to not have them be on the back burner and actually watch them. On the other hand, though, I am also watching a ton of dramas, more than I ever have in the last couple months, which isn't good because I should be finishing dramas on my current watch list, and yet I'm clicking play on new ones, both for podcast episodes, which I do need to watch, but also just because they look fun. And I'm like, Caitlin, you don't need to click play on the fun ones because you need to finish the ones you're watching. I don't know. I have a lot that I'm excited for July, but half of me wants to not click play on any of the things I'm excited for in July just to get things off my current watch list because I hate when I have things on my current watch list for months at a time. And part of me thinks you guys hate it too because I keep talking about the same things over and over and over again, especially if I'm not watching on air stuff. Like all of these are completed dramas at this point, except for one that I'm behind on. I should be watching them and getting them off my watch list. Here we are, though. I'm just watching a ton of things. So this is my June wrap-up episode. I'm going to talk about all the things I completed in June. June was a bunch of rewatches for me. I think I rewatched 2 dramas in June, and then also just watched a ton of stuff that I needed to watch for the podcast. For the most part, everything I completed in June was for the podcast or a podcast episode, not necessarily maybe mine, but guest host roles as well. I had to give priority to those dramas. So that's another reason why some of my dramas have been on my current watch list that are on the back burner because I had to start some other dramas that needed to be finished. Always a juggling game. Always a juggling game, but at least I'm watching stuff. I'm just content I'm watching things. But this also means I did not make a dent in my already packed current watch list and just added to it due to podcast episodes and priorities. I felt like whenever I completed a drama, I just replaced it with a new one. Problems of an Asian drama watcher. I'm just complaining at this point. I don't know why I should be complaining. Maybe because I get overwhelmed if I'm watching too much. And come July and how much I'm excited for in July, I'm like, if I start every single one of the dramas that I'm excited for in July, and already have so much on my current watch list, I'm gonna be overwhelmed. I'm gonna be so overwhelmed, and I don't like being overwhelmed. Still, in June, I completed 4 dramas and 1 anime, which is pretty average for me in 2025. I completed about 3 to 4 dramas a month, which, as I said, is low for me. Usually, I'll have, like, a month where I'm 7, 8 dramas, and other months where I'm 3 or 4. So to have an average of 4 the entire year, yeah, I don't know. I would consider that low, especially because my total dramas overall are very low. I should have, like, at least double the dramas I completed this time this year, but it's not gonna happen. 2025 is an interesting, weird year for me, to say the least. Anyway, let's move on to what I completed. The first one I'm gonna talk about is Mercy for None. This is a Korean drama that was on Netflix. Basically, a drama that I loved and I thought was done really well. It was a straightforward revenge plot that didn't need much depth. You don't need every Korean drama to have depth and meaning behind everything. It was nice to just have a straightforward, you know why he was doing it, revenge plot. Fantastic fight choreography, fantastic fight cinematography. They really experimented a little bit when it came to the fight scenes, which was fun to watch because it was unique because I hadn't seen that type of camera work or some choreography in other Korean dramas that I've watched. I've heard this Mercy for None being compared to the Korean version of John Wick, and I would agree with that, except John Wick uses more guns. Mercy for None does not. Rarely you see a gun, which matches what Korea as a whole is because Korea doesn't have a lot of gun crimes. Imagine John Wick, but a lot of hand to hand combat and close quarter combat, and you'll get Mercy for None. So if you like John Wick or you like that type of drama, you will probably like Mercy for None. That being said, though, too, trigger warning for violence and gore, because you see everything, you get everything. It is very violent and very gory. Few things in the end did disappoint me, especially when it came to the outcome of some of the characters. I didn't particularly like the ending with especially one character, but multiple characters. I would have preferred a different ending. But overall, I enjoyed this drama. I think Mercy for None aired in like early June. I'm glad I just was able to watch it in June and not be waiting months to watch it. But I enjoyed this one. Again, if you are into the violence and gore and you are looking for a really satisfying revenge mafia K drama, I would try Mercy for None. Again, trigger warning for violence and gore, which you would know. You look at the trailer, you look at the poster, it makes sense that why there would be trigger warnings for this, but they do show a lot of stuff like bones breaking and things like that. I also finished Buried Hearts, which I should have finished at least 2 months ago. I just got really behind, and yeah, I should have finished this way long time ago. Started off really, really strong. It started off really strong. I, of course, like a lot of other people, had issues with the ending. This, though, is by far one of my favorite Park Young-sik roles. I would love to see him do another role like this. He did fantastic in this drama, as well as the entire cast did very well in terms of the acting department. Loved the main villain. I loved the main villain in this, but there were way too many other villains that popped up or people who became villains by the end. I thought that kind of muddied the waters a bit, but the main guy was great. Also, the romance was nice at times, but I also felt like it wasn't needed, given the fact it kind of fell off and halfway through the drama and then popped up again at the end. The pacing of the romance just showed to me it wasn't really needed. Some outcomes of the characters were also really predictable and anticlimactic because they were predictable, in my opinion. Um, and it was clearly being set up for a season 2, which makes some of those endings even more predictable. If you've seen enough, like, rich family mahjong K-dramas, you could pretty much predict the ending to some of these characters. OSTs were great, I love the OSTs. I would still recommend Buried Hearts, but I know people will be angry by that ending and also by some of the plot points leading up to the ending. But I would watch it just because Park Hyung-sik is so good at it, and his acting is amazing in this. 8.5 out of 10 was my rating for Buried Hearts. Then we get into the rewatches. So Buried Hearts, I should have finished a couple months ago, so it's not a rewatch obviously because it's a 2025 drama. Same with Mercy for None. It's was a new drama. Everything else was a rewatch for me that I did for podcast episodes. As you know, last week I had a podcast episode come out comparing Erased, the Japanese drama, and Erased, the anime. And so I watched both of those in the month of June. The drama was a rewatch for me, and then the anime I had never seen before. I'll talk about the Japanese drama first. This is on Netflix. I think it's 12 episodes long. I rated Erased the J drama a 9 out of 10. I love this crime Japanese drama. If you have not seen this, you should put it on your list to go watch because it's really good. I think it came out in 2017. 2017? Yeah. 2017, one of the first Asian dramas I have ever seen on Netflix. Kingdom came out in 2019, if you want that comparison. Still holds up to today, in my opinion. But I also love this drama, so it might be a biased review. Cinematography, beautiful. Those snow scenes are gorgeous. Love the time travel aspect of this. I am biased towards that though, because I do love time travel in a Asian drama. Trigger warning for child abuse, child death, domestic violence having to do with children. There are some very hard subject matters discussed and seen in Erased. Acting was great. Again, if you have not seen this crime drama and you are a lover of the crime genre, highly recommend Erased. But you can go listen to my full thoughts and comparisons of that drama on my podcast episode that I put out last week. Rated that a 9 out of 10. And then the anime, I recommend you watch it on Hulu if you do, because Crunchyroll does not sub everything. I explained that in my podcast episode if you'd like to know. I still liked the anime, and the anime was the one I had never seen before. I still liked it, but I liked the live adaptation more. I thought the live adaptation gave more context to things that I would have wanted, which is out of the norm. Usually I'm saying that with the anime, at least in previous Versus episodes. That's not the case here. I am a little biased though, because I did love the J drama going in. I've seen it first, so that might be a little biased. I still love the friendship and the mother-son relationship, both in the J drama and the anime. Again, trigger warning with the anime for child abuse and child death and domestic violence having to do with children. Ending seemed really rushed and unfinished with the anime, which I explained why in the podcast episode because I did some research on it. If you are interested in a more in-depth review of both of these, as well as some compare and contrast differences, you can go listen to that episode I released. I had a guest host, Becky, on for that episode. It was a lot of fun. Granted, we were talking about some very serious topics with Erased, but I personally would recommend both anime and the J-drama, but I will say the J-drama I liked more, and I would recommend that more, but the anime was still good. And last but certainly not least, I rewatched Love Like the Galaxy, which is a Chinese drama. I love this Chinese dramas, and I enjoyed this rewatch so much. Not a perfect Chinese drama for me by any means. Even on my first watch, that was the same way. I liked the first half less than the second half because the half had a lot more comedy in it than I would like. I like the second half because you got more of like the satisfying revenge endings. You got a little more angst. The lead couple were really interacting with each other in the second half. I liked the second half more than the first half of this drama. Loved the main couple. Loved the main couple. They are a highlight for me. And it was a lot of fun, like rewatching this and revisiting them as a main couple. The acting is good. And I also just like rewatching the relationships in this drama between the main couple, between the parents' relationships, between parent and children relationships, and how those relationships progressed from the beginning of the drama to the end of the drama because the drama spans multiple years, like many, many years. This C drama was released in two parts. So the first part I rated an 8 out of 10, and the second part I rated a 9 out of 10, which I just explained. I like the second half more than the first half. So those are my ratings for both. I would say averaging at like 8.5 for the entire thing, but I definitely like the second half, which is funny because I don't know if that's normal that you like the second half of a drama more than the first half. But anyway, that was Love Like the Galaxy. And that is everything I completed in the month of June. Satisfied with that number. I would have liked more, but that's just because July is going to be nuts. And I know I'm like complaining. I feel like I'm complaining a lot of how I'm either not watching anything or I'm watching too much. There's no in between where I'm like, I'm satisfied with the amount of things I'm watching because right now I feel like I'm watching too much because I have things sitting on my watch list. But I also don't want to drop them. It's not like I'm not liking them. I just have to have priority. It's hilarious that I'm already watching like 11 dramas. And now, come into July, I literally am excited for pretty much all the K dramas that are coming out in July due to one reason. They are mostly all crime dramas. I don't know what it is this year, but July is packed with crime dramas. I think there's one romance drama I saw, which means probably July is going to be releasing all the crime dramas, and then we're not going to get a crime drama for at least a month. Like August might not have a crime drama, which sometimes happens. It happens all the time where we have a month that is really, really packed with crime dramas, and then the next month maybe has one, which I'm fine with because with the amount of dramas I'm excited for in July, I might not have room. At this point, I don't know. I don't know if I should just like not watch them as they air and just try to get stuff off my watch list in July and then just slowly get back to watching them again. Because I feel like I'm just like going to be always be behind and have all these dramas on my watch list because then I have all these new airing dramas. I know this is like first world problems, and I'm just like, Caitlin, why are you why are you worried about this? But dude, I get overwhelmed. I hit a number and I get overwhelmed. And I know if I try to watch everything I'm excited for in July with already what's on my current watch list, I'm going to be overwhelmed. I have 11 dramas and 2 anime that I'm already watching. I need to get stuff off my current watch list. But the reason why I'm excited for all the things in July is because all of them except for one drama are crime dramas, which is my genre. I think I just have to accept I'm not going to be watching on air K dramas, or I don't know, pick and choose. I don't know. I guess we'll see what happens in July. But this is everything I'm excited for in July. I don't know any C dramas. I've heard a couple rumors, but nothing's been confirmed. I haven't heard anything about Japanese or Thai or anything like that. This is all just gonna be a list of Korean dramas that I'm excited for because I know the premiere dates at least. Most of the Korean dramas I'm going to mention, I have no idea where they're gonna air. So that might whittle this list down because obviously if I don't have access to them, I'm not gonna be watching them. It'll be interesting to see what we get in August because usually when this happens, when I have a ton of crime dramas one month, I have 0 or 1 in the next month. Be interesting to see what happens in the upcoming like August month because I already know we have at least one crime drama in August, and I already know there's 12, for example, which is a superhero drama, is supposedly coming in August, but everything else I don't know. It might be a little light when it comes to crime dramas in August, just due to the fact that we are getting a ton in July, like a ton. All right, the first one I'm going to talk about is it's a crime drama, but also not a crime drama. It's not like your typical crime drama. When you're talking to me, you obviously think of dark crime drama. This is a law drama. It is a workplace drama. I'm assuming it's going to have some romance. So this is pretty much close to a romance drama you're going to get in July, but it's a lawyer drama, which is why I'm excited for it. To me, it looks like a slice of life. Think of like from what I got from the trailers, I would say this is like the lawyer version of Hospital Playlist. That is my association to this drama. This is called Law in the City. It's going to be on Viki and it premieres July 5th. I am looking forward to this because of the cast. I don't know if I'm going to stick with it, but I definitely want to at least check it out because it stars Muga Young, who I love. She's the female lead, but it's also an ensemble cast. It's not only just like male lead, female lead, lead, it's literally like 4 or 5, 6 people who are the main people, and then you have a bunch of supporting cast. Lee Jung-suk is in this. He's the male lead or one of the male leads. We have Moon Ga-young, who's also the female lead. And then we have Kang Yu-suk, Roo Hae-young, Im Sung-jae. They, I would say, are like the main group, the leads of the main group. And then we have a supporting cast like Young Hae-ron, Park Hyung-soo, Jung Hae-young. We have a cameo from Yoon Kyung-san, which will be fun. So I imagine this is going to be like a slice of life of lower on the totem pole lawyers in a law firm. That's why I'm saying hospital playlist version, but with lawyers. That's my comparison. I was one of the few people who did not like hospital playlist. I tried it and I dropped it. So this might be the same with Law and then City, but I at least want to try it. Because again, with the amount of dramas I'm watching, but also the amount of dark dramas I'm looking forward to, it might be nice to have a slice of life thing. I don't know. Anyway, this is about a group of lawyers. Lee Jung-suk plays a senior associate lawyer, and he just has been in this firm forever. He's very logical, but he never really, according to MDL, has not grasped the idea if he's a lawyer to do good and make a difference. He's just there to get a salary, and that's it. And then on the other hand, you have Moo Ga-young, who is a junior associate, and she is the complete opposite. So then they start working together. And then along the way, you have 3 other lawyers, Kang Yu-suk's character, Roo Hae-young's character, and Im Sung-jae's character. And they are all in this law firm together. And the drama is basically about them, their lives, the cases they take on, apparently all around the food they're eating, which is a big draw for me because I love watching food dramas. But apparently it's structured as, yes, you're going to follow lawyers and their cases, but also it's going to have a big food and meal aspect to it. That's according to the MDL synopsis. I'm excited for this, but again, I'm very aware this might not be a drama I stick with. But hey, it might surprise me too. I just love the cast. I love the supporting cast of this, and I love the ensemble cast of this. I really hope I enjoy this one. I'm sure it's going to be a long episode, like hour and a half. I'm almost positive because, I mean, Hospital Playlist was the same thing. Good Boy Right Now was the same thing at the beginnings. I'm almost positive it's going to be a longer episode. Also, Kang Yu-suk is having quite the year this year. He has been in, what was it? It was the Tangerine Show, When Life Gives You Tangerines, and then he also was just in Resident Playbook. He's having quite the year this year, I think. That is Law and the City. That will be on Viki on July 5th. Next up, I'm going to talk about a Korean variety show because you know I am a sucker for a romance variety show. This is called Better Late Than Single. I have a little mixed feelings about this, and I thought the trailer looked good, but I think I have to check this one out to see if I think this is a bad idea for a Korean variety show, because on paper, it kind of sounds bad, but if done right, it will be a lot of fun. And I'm obsessed with romance variety shows, which is, as I said, always very ironic for me because I am very picky about my romance. I have a long list of romance variety shows I want to check out, a couple from this year that I have yet to check out. And there's a new one coming to Netflix in July called Better Late Than Single. Apparently, this is about a group of people who are perpetually single, and basically they join the show to become, at least from what MDL says, become more stylish, healthy, and confident with experts who help them. And then they go out and try to find love. It's unclear if it's between themselves, a group of people like Heart Signal, for example, or they are going on dates with strangers and they just have joined the show with the help to get ready for these dates. It's unclear even from the trailer, but I guess we'll have to wait and see. I have mixed feelings about this one because the concept sounds cute and nice, but the idea of them essentially glowing up to become more stylish and confident could be bad at the same time if not done right. I could see it going badly. I could see the whole concept going badly, but I could also see it being really cute and really charming. I just need to check this out. I hope they go on the show to become the best version of themselves, and it's not the message of you have to change to be able to date. I don't like that message, so we'll have to see. It does seem to have a panel of celebrities, so they are gonna give commentary on the dates. It also sounds like some of the experts that have helped these people, I don't know, get healthy or get more confidence or change their appearance to be more confident are maybe these celebrities, but also maybe just be part of the panelists. I don't know. I'm working off the trailer there, but I want to check this out just because I love romance variety shows in general. That's a new one, Better Late Than Single, that is coming to Netflix on July 8th. It's unclear that it's dropping all the episodes. I don't think it is. I think it's going to be one a week, but we'll have to wait and see. Maybe it's two a week. But either way, that was Better Late Than Single. Then we have a drama I've been looking forward to for months. I swear it's been at least, it has to be longer than 6 months. I think I heard about this drama in 2024, and that is S Line. It's a Korean drama. It's coming out July 11th, and I swear to God, if I do not have access to this, I'm going to be really angry. It is unclear where this drama is going to end up. It does not have an international streaming site yet. It's finally coming, though. Like, I had to be like at least a year, at least June, July, August when I first heard about this. It stars Lee Soo-hyuk and Lee Da-hee. I don't know when the last time I've seen Lee Da-hee on my screen. It has to be Island, which was at least 2 years ago. And then Lee Soo-hyuk again has not been on my screen for quite some time, at least for me. It's been at least a year. I'm really excited for S Line. This is a crime drama. It's short. It's like 6 episodes. It's a crime drama apparently about this guy. Lee Soo-hyuk plays a detective who somehow discovers, it's unclear from the trailer and everything if he just has this power or just everybody does. But apparently he can see that people have like red lines coming out of the top of their head that connects them to who they have slept with. I don't know how that plays into a crime drama, but it's intriguing because the first trailer of this looked pretty dark. It's not a romance drama at all, as far as I can tell. So you have him investigating these red lines, apparently connected to a crime somehow. And then you have a Lee Da-hee who plays a high school teacher, and then Arin, who was in Alchemy of Souls, she plays a high school student who's also can see these red lines. So I don't think everybody in the whole entire universe of this drama can see the red lines. I think it's a select few, but apparently 2 of the 3 main cast can. Unclear if Lee Da-hee can. But I'm so excited for this. I'm so excited for the pairing of Lee Da-hee and Lee Soo-hyuk. I'm excited to see Lee Soo-hyuk in a crime drama. I haven't seen him in a crime drama in a hot minute. Lee Da-hee also have not seen her in a crime drama in a while. I'm really excited. It just seems really unique. At least the story, the concept for the story just seems really unique and out there. And I love when Korean dramas push boundaries. This is based off of a webtoon, I want to say. Yeah, it was a webtoon. I have not read the webtoon, so I have no idea. But it'll be interesting. I hope we have access to it. I really do. And then, of course, the supporting cast looks really good. They have some really good supporting cast in this. And again, it's short. It's unclear if this is going to be all episode drop or not. I don't think it is, but we'll have to wait and see. And then also, I think the first episode or first 2 episodes premiered at Cannes, if I'm not mistaken. Some film festival recently. I want to say it was Cannes, but I could be wrong. Anyway, that was S Line premiering July 11th. Unclear where it's going to be. Hopefully, it ends up somewhere. Next one I'm going to talk about is a Korean drama called Low Life. It is a historical adventure mystery drama. This takes place in the 1970s. It is a K-drama that premieres on July 16th, and it has been confirmed for Hulu and Disney Plus, Hulu in the US. So we will be seeing this on international streaming sites. This one just looks different. One, because it's a 1970s historical drama. We don't have a ton of 1970s Korean dramas. We've had a few. I think even this year we've had, I want to say, wasn't Tangerines the 1970s as well? Let me look that up really quick. I did not watch Tangerine, so I don't know. Yeah, Life Gives You Tangerine is like 1960s, 1970s because it spanned multiple years. So yeah, it's another 1970s drama. Low Life is about an uncle and a nephew who apparently embarks on a treasure hunt because they were part of a gang of like counterfeiters, I want to say, and they want to get out of that life. So they try to track down this treasure that's rumored somewhere. And then, of course, everybody else also wants to find this treasure. So it's a bunch of gangsters, at least from the trailer. It's a bunch of gangsters and other people fighting to be the first one to find this treasure. And that just sounds like such a fun time. It's not a comedy, so it's not fun in, like, a funny way, it's more of, like, if you like action and adventure and a bunch of gangsters trying to race and get this treasure first, this would be a drama for you. It looks fun in that aspect. Has a stacked cast, like, stacked cast. You have Roo Seung I'm gonna butcher these names. Roo Seung Rung, who plays Oh Gwan-suk, he's the uncle, and then Yang Se-jung plays the nephew, they're the main 2. We have Lim Soo-jun, we have, Kim Yu-sung, we have Lee Sang-jin, we have Kim Sang-oh, Lee Dong-hui. There's a ton of people in this cast because it's an ensemble cast other than the uncle and the nephew. It's just like a bunch of people, all part of different gangs and walks of life trying to find this treasure. Obviously, being a gangster drama, there's not a lot of female characters in this. Lim Soo-jung is the only female lead. I don't know. Overall, it is 2 female characters and the rest are male. Again, I think what is just drawing me in is just it seems different. This drama seems really different from anything else that have come out this year so far, and the cast looks amazing, and also just the concept of gangsters trying to go find this treasure at sea and fighting against each other to try and go find it. It just looks good and it looks high production. I'm trying not to have too high of expectations because I just don't know how it's gonna go. It also could be really, really sad given the time period. Who knows? I mean, we could bring politics into it maybe, given this 1970s. Who knows? Who knows what could happen in this? But the trailer looked really good. And this is one that I have heard about for a while. I heard about this in like January. This is one of them, the Korean dramas I've been looking forward to. But really, what drew me to this is it just seems different. It seems so different than what I've been watching. That's Low Life. There's really nothing more I can say on it, but Low Life coming to Hulu is premiering July 16th. Next, we have another variety show, Boys Planet season 2 is finally coming in July. I haven't heard much about this show. I didn't even realize it was coming in July until I checked the dates. But it is apparently premiering July 17th slash July 18th, depending on what group you want to do. I definitely am going to be watching, or I want to be watching this season because I've watched season 1. So I was like, well, what's the point of not watching season 2 if I've already watched season 1? And I still listen to season 1's group. Like, I'm a huge K-pop listener, so I'm like, okay, well, I have to watch season 2. But not a lot of people are talking about it, at least the people I interact with on social media. I don't know if I'm just don't listen to the right people or people are actually not talking about it. I heard a rumor that they're planning on making 2 groups, like one Chinese group and one Korean group. I've also heard that's not true anymore, but I've also heard it is. So I'm curious if that's actually going to happen and how that's going to happen. I'm not looking forward to Mnet's editing with this show because they always do evil editing on this show and it drives me bonkers. And I also know there's a ton of members of various K-pop groups that I listen to that are going to be on this season, from like Blitzers to who else was here? It was like Blitzers, WeI, One the Nine, Zodiac, like so many boy groups, like newer boy groups, less known boy groups. They're gonna have members on the show. It's really interesting the concept. Like if they can pull off 2 separate audition and programs and have a C-pop group and a K-pop group come out of this, that would be really interesting to watch. But also, will it be as heartbreaking as I have had to deal with in previous seasons because I definitely have had favorites be eliminated. I don't know. It's interesting because it seems like they have a lot more established boy group members in this season, whereas earlier in the other season, they did have boy group members in there. They always do a mix of new people and people who've already debuted. It just seems this season they have a lot more people who debuted and not a lot of new trainee people who like have never been in a K-pop group. I don't know how I feel about that either because it seems like people are already coming in with favorites and I'm not because I barely know who's on the show. Because I haven't heard a lot about it. So it'll be interesting. It'll be really interesting how they're gonna pull off this concept. If they do, would love it. But yeah, it'll be interesting because it's even like, well, if you're making a C-pop group, is that like anybody could be on that group? The same with Korean. Like, are you doing completely separate shows where it's like Korean nationals are only gonna be able to be in the K-pop group and like Chinese nationals are only gonna be able to be in the C-pop group? Like, how is that gonna work out? No idea. I don't even know who the host is supposed to be for Boys Planet 2 because Boy Planet 1 was oh, what was his name? His name is oh my god, what is his name? Oh my god. Oh my god, who was the host for Boys Planet? It completely just like skipped my brain. Who was the host? Yo Jin-gu. That's who it was. It's just like I know who was on this. What the hell? I mean, you also had like Hwang Min-hyun, and you had Bobby, and you had Key come on. I mean, you had a bunch of different guests come on too. It'll be interesting. I'm really curious about this two group thing and if they actually do it and they actually pull it off because that is the big draw for me. Not necessarily the people who are going to be on it, but I'm really curious if they can do the two group thing because I think that will be fun to watch, but also highly stressful. I'm always stressed watching this. It's not confirmed to be anywhere internationally. I hope Vicky eventually picks it up because I think it was either Ichi or Vicky that I watched Boys Planet 1. I hope either one of them pick it up, but I'm definitely going to be watching this, hopefully weekly. The other reason why I want to watch this is because I don't want to be spoiled, because with one of these shows, I didn't watch it and I got completely spoiled. And I don't know, I tend to always like the groups more that come out of these shows when I watch the show they're made on. I'm more invested in the group if I get to know the members from the show. Hopefully, I can watch this, and in this way, if I watch it, and they do two groups, I will have two groups I can listen to, which is always fun. So that's Boys Planet Season 2. No idea where it's going to air, but it's supposed to premiere on the 17th or 18th. I don't know. I don't really know how they're going to split this up and how it's going to air or anything, but we'll have to wait and see. I have three more things I'm going to talk about that I'm excited for. I have another Korean drama that I think I heard about in January. I feel like everything that I'm hearing about in January are finally airing. It is called Nice Guy. It is rumored to be on Disney and Hulu, but I have not found any 100% confirmation on that. And it's supposed to premiere on July 18th. Nice Guy is the one that stars Lee Dong-wook and Lee Sung-kyung, and Lee Dong-wook plays the eldest grandson of a third, second generation gangster family, and he apparently gave up the life from what I remember reading about. He gave up the gangster life to like support his family and potentially have a romance, and then his family and their history kind of draws him back into that life later on. I think that's the concept that if I remember correctly from that. I could be wrong on that. Anyway, this caught my eye back in January. I love that we are finally getting it. It will be airing in July. Lee Dong-wook as a gangster, that's all I needed to know. I love him doing more action stuff. He's good in romance too, obviously, but bad and crazy, if he is another bad and crazy character in this drama, I'm all for that. This seems a little more melodramatic than bad and crazy, but I'm just looking forward to some action sequences. We'll have to wait and see. But it also just looks like it has a ton of genres mixed into one, like romance, action, melodrama for sure. And then it also has a really nice supporting cast. We have everything from uh Park Hyun, who I always like to see, Park Won Sung. We have Chun Ho Jin, Ju Woo Jin, who's always fun to watch in a supporting role, Yoo Jae Myun, like a bunch of older veteran actors who has been really always fun when you have them pop up in the supporting role. Also, other lead roles in this are Ru Hae Young, sorry, who was also in law school. She's also, as I said, already mentioned, she's going to be in Law in the City as well. And then Ona Ra is also going to be a main role in this. It's unclear like who she's going to be, but always love her in a drama. She's always fantastic. Cast is a big draw for me here, but Lee Dong-wook as a gangster is like the biggest draw for me, really. Rumored that this is going to be on Disney Hulu, but unconfirmed on that, so we'll see what happens. But that was Nice Guy. It premieres July 18th. Next one sounds like a really disturbing Korean drama. It's not gonna be everybody's cup of tea because it looks really disturbing. I don't know if I've seen a trailer for this one yet. I think I have. I think I remember seeing a really quick trailer for it. Oh, yeah, because I remember seeing Dex in it, and I didn't know that Dex was a cast member. This is a drama called The Defects. It premieres July 21st. It's on ENA Network. I love ENA. ENA has done some of my favorite Korean dramas, so I'm always excited to see ENA. But The Defects looks like a really sad, dark crime Korean drama and really kind of twisted Korean drama. So we'll have to wait and see. The Defects is about Kim Se-hui. Kim Se-hui, I think that's how you pronounce her name. She is played by Yum Jung Ha, and she is a chief director of a hospital, but also is a head of an illegal adoption organization, which Dex, who plays his character's name is Jung Hyung, he helps her run this organization. Um, and then we have Won Jin-ah. She plays a character called Kim Hyun. Unclear what her character is, but I think from the trailer, I remember that she was a cop. I could be wrong on that. But anyway, so Kim Se-hui, leader of this organization, this illegal adoption organization. And she, apparently, according to MDL synopsis, holds a very weird belief, twisted belief of superior genes should survive. So, like a eugenics thing, right? And then, in the case of a child being adopted out of this illegal operation, if the adoptive parents don't like the kid anymore, her organization allows for a return. They have a return policy for this adoption, and they give them a free refund depending on the certain amount of time that the parents want to return the child. But if they return the child, the organization will kill the child. So they destroy the evidence of them running this illegal adoption organization. So they have to kill the evidence, really. But Won Jin-ah's character, Kim Ah-young, somehow apparently has to investigate this and also survived this organization. She was a refunded child that somehow survived. So yeah, it's like about revenge, it's about survival. It sounds really, really, really dark. I don't know if I like the title because the old title it was going with was Child Shopping, which already made it sound really weird and dark. And then the new one is called The Defects, which again also sounds really weird and dark. But at least with The Defects, I kind of thought it was superheroes in a way. It's definitely not a superhero drama. This is a short drama, it's only 8 episodes. I'm really curious about this though, just because how dark can this go? How dark do they want this? And also, I cannot picture Won Jin-ah in this role. Dex is a part of this. I have never seen him act, but I've seen him in variety stuff. I like him. Cho Young-joon is in this. He plays, I think, would be another cop. We'll have to wait and see. Other people in this, we have An Ji-ho, like him a lot. We have Park Ha-joon, we have Oh Sung-joon, we have people who have unknown roles. We have Han Soo-yeon and Sung Young-kyu. We don't know who they're going to be in this drama yet. We have Lee Na-eun apparently in this drama. The first trailer just released like yesterday, maybe the day before, but yeah, it sounds like a really dark, twisted crime drama. So probably not everybody's cup of tea, but if this gets released internationally, I'd be really curious to watch it. It's a revenge drama. I'll have to wait and see if it gets released anywhere, but that's The Defects. It premieres July 21st. And then last but certainly not least, I'm going to talk about Trigger. It's a Korean drama premiering on Netflix on July 25th. It is a Netflix original, so my assumption is we are going to get all 10 episodes at that time. Another one I've been waiting forever for. I think, again, I heard about this in January, so we're finally getting it. Really been excited for it. I think we got the first trailer the last week or so. It looks like an intense ride, especially from the trailers. This is about a cop played by Kim Nam-gil. As we know, a very well-known fact, Korea does not have a lot of gun crimes because guns are not really available there because they are banned and they have a lot of strict laws with gun control there. Apparently, in this drama, something changes and the country is flooded with guns, which causes a lot of gun crimes to start happening. And Kim Nam-gil plays a cop, and he now has to stop these series of gun crimes that are happening and popping up due to these illegal firearms that are coming in, and they have to find where they're coming from. And then we have Kim Young-kwan, who is playing the arms broker dealer. It's unclear if he's actually the guy providing the guns or he's just in that world and he basically teams up with Kim Nam-gil's character to kind of investigate these crimes. They have different motives of why they want to investigate these crimes, but they apparently team up. It looks intense. It looks wild. Like the trailer for this just shows a bunch of guns flying in Korea and then a bunch of the supporting cast picking up these guns and doing crimes. And it's just like people have gone crazy. At least that's what the trailer is. When this first was announced, I thought it would be more of like a Kim Nam-gil against Kim Young-kwan, like they're on opposite ends of the crime and they're going to go against each other. That still could happen. I kind of saw that Kim Young-kwan could be the villain, but at least with the trailer, it looks like they're working together, at least part of it. I don't know, but I would love to see him as a villain because does a fantastic villain. I've seen him in other villains before. So we'll see. We'll see if he actually is the villain in this or he just like teams up with Kim Nam-gil. But it's an interesting concept. I love that Netflix, no matter people's opinion on it, Netflix kind of has been able to give people, screenwriters, actors, a outlet of dramas that might not be able to premiere on a Korean network, and I feel like this would be one of them. Obviously, with the topic of guns, it is going to be violent. It's going to be dark. It's going to be a thriller. So it might not be for everybody. We'll have to wait and see. But this is 10 episodes, about 50 minutes long, according to MDL. I'm really curious about this subject matter because I'm sure it's gonna produce some interesting commentary when it comes out of the topics that are discussed. Also, Kim Won-hae is part of the supporting cast, and anytime he's in it, it's gonna be a fantastic Korean drama, at least with his track record. I'm excited about that. That was Trigger, and that is the last Korean drama I will mention. It will premiere July 25th on Netflix. So yeah, I'm looking forward to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 6 Korean dramas and 2 variety shows in July. And I'm already watching 11 dramas and 2 anime at the moment. Yeah, so if I try to watch all of this stuff, I'm gonna be overwhelmed. Let alone there's like multiple other dramas that I have to watch for podcast stuff. So I don't know. I don't know what I'm gonna do. I don't know. I don't know what I'm gonna do. Last but certainly not least, I will talk about the couple things that I plan to start in July due to podcast recordings and other things. Signal season 1. I am planning on watching that and starting that in July because I'm recording an episode for that on my own podcast. And then I'm also going to be starting Heart Signal. Ironically, they're both Signal. Heart Signal season 2, the Korean version, also in July because I'm going to be recording a podcast for that. So those are the 2 things I plan to add to my watch list for podcast stuff. But other than that, I'm going to try to get stuff off my watch list and potentially start some new stuff. But we'll have to wait and see. We'll have to wait and see because I don't know. I'm actually going on vacation in July, so there's some days that I'm not going to be able to watch some things, which always is like, Caitlin, do you want to start all this stuff not to have like days to watch stuff? Because then you'll be behind again. So it'll be interesting. It'll be interesting for sure. But a lot is coming out in July that I'm excited for. They sound amazing. And I like that July is like putting out some things that are unique and things that really kind of push boundaries and push the barriers of what you might get even for crime dramas. I like that. I like that. I'm really glad that I have a lot of stuff I'm excited for, but I also need to finish a lot of stuff. That is my June wrap up episode. Thank you guys for listening. What are you excited for in July? It didn't have to just be Korean dramas, but Chinese dramas, anything. And also, what did you complete in June that I might I might need to check out. I know there's multiple crime Korean dramas I have yet to watch that I should have been watching, but I just didn't. We'll see if I get to them. We'll see. We'll see what happens. Because again, also I have episodes planned beyond August that I need to start watching stuff for. We'll see what happens. We'll see what happens. Thank you for listening. Write in the comments, DM me, let me know what you are watching, what you have completed, what you might be looking forward to. And this has been another episode of the No Sleep for Dramas podcast. If you want to continue the conversations about dramas that were started in this episode, you can find me on Instagram, TikTok, and Blue Sky under the username No Sleep for Dramas. That is No Sleep, the number 4 dramas, just like in the title of the podcast. This podcast is also an expansion of my blog, so you can visit my blog at www.nosleepfordramas.com, the number 4 dramas.com, and find multiple years of blog posts already available at your fingertips. All links are in the description of this episode. Finally, please give this podcast a like or a follow wherever you listen to the podcast. Leaving a comment or a review also helps a lot. We love hearing ideas and feedback from all of you. Share the podcast with your friends as well. Thank you for listening. This has been an episode of the No Sleep for Dramas podcast, and I am your host, Caitlin. I will see you here next time, and I hope you get no sleep chasing the next episode just like me. Good night.